Hi all of you. I hope all are doing well. After many days I'm preparing this video. So here today I'm going to talk about the multi-threading concept. Okay, now let's see. Okay, in the multi-threading, the same program we are going to divide into multiple threads. Now let's say this is a thread. Okay, this is a program. Okay, this is a program, and here let me make it clear. Okay, just for your understanding purpose I'm making this figure. Just 1 second. Okay, so look, this is a program, right? The same program we can divide into multiple threads. Okay, now just 1 second, I'll show you. Okay, like this we have divided the same program into thread 1. Okay, I'll write here thread 1, thread 2, thread 3, right? So please try to understand this one. Thread 1, thread 2, thread 3 are part of the this program. Okay, this is a single program, and the same program we have divided into 3 threads. Okay, and another important point. Okay, let's consider it as the process. Okay, so look, this is thread 1, thread 2 and the thread 3 are part of the same program. That means this is inside this one, this is also inside this one is also inside the program. Okay, I'll make it as program 1. And how to execute a program? To execute this program needs processor or the process. I'll show you here. Okay, this program needs the processor. So this program means thread 1, thread 2, thread 3. We are having single processor, right? So what will happen here? So this thread 1 is going to compare, is going to try to get this processor. This one also going to try to get the processor. This one also going to try to get the processor. But we have only one processor, and at a time only one thread can occupy the processor or the process. So that concept is nothing but the multi-threading. I think you are not clear, right? Now let me show you. Okay, so look, single program we have divided into thread 1. Okay, I'll do one thing for your more clarity purpose. Just few seconds, I have to draw the same diagram. Just 1 minute. Okay, now I'll draw like this. So here we'll have all the threads. Thread 1, thread 2, thread 3. So like this we can have multiple number of threads, not only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, any number of threads that much you need, you can create. Okay, okay, fine, up to this clear. So I'll write here, this is Okay. This is a single program. Okay, in the same program we have divided into 3 threads. Thread 1, same program, inside the same program. I'll show you practically in the next video. No need to worry about that. Thread 3, fine. Okay, now so how many processor we are having? Only one processor. Okay, now look, if we have not divided this program into multiple threads, then we will have only one thread called main thread. Okay, so that means the main thread is only going to get the processor, but now we are having 3 threads, so that means simultaneously all the threads are going to compete to get the processor, but at a time only one thread can get the processor. Okay, so this concept we call as multi-threading. Now I'll explain. It will be clear. Just 1 second. Don't get confused. Okay, please try to listen the video once again, then you will get clear idea. So by default there is one thread called main thread, and this is the program. Okay, and how many processor we are having? We are having only one processor. Look, to execute single program, one processor is sufficient. Okay, processor for the process. Now if we have not divided the same program into multiple thread, then what will happen? Then we will have only one thread, and the same main thread will get the processor and it will execute its task. But what is the benefit of using the multi-threading? The benefit of using the multi-threading is we have divided the same program into multiple thread, and all the thread are having equal chance to get the processor. And we are going to use the multi-threading concept when we develop any game software, or for example in any graphical software. Why? Because at the same time we may need to perform multiple activities. So if we need to perform multiple activities at the same point of time, then at that time we should use the concept of multi-threading. So if you have divided the same program into multiple thread, then all the thread will have equal probability to get the processor. So one time thread 1 may get the processor, another time thread 2, and in the another time thread 3. That means if we need to execute the part of thread 1, then this one will get the processor, remaining 2 threads will wait. For example, if we need to perform, or if we need to execute the code written inside the thread 3, then this part of the program will be executed. So what we will feel? We will feel like all the threads are getting the processor equally at the same point of time, but it is not like that. The speed of the processor is too fast, so we will feel like all the threads are getting the processor equally at the same point of time, and all of them are executing simultaneously. We will feel like that, but it is not so. But what is the benefit? The benefit is all the threads seems to be executing its part simultaneously, and we will not feel like that because the speed of the processor is too fast. So we will feel like all the threads are getting the processor simultaneously, and all the code written inside the threads are executing, right? So what is the benefit? The benefit is the CPU does not sit idle, and all the threads are getting equal chance, and whichever is needed now, so that thread will get the processor and the code written inside that particular thread will be executed. So that concept is nothing but the multi-threading. I hope you are getting now. So what have you got? the same program we have divided into multiple threads, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and all these threads are having the equal chance of getting the processor, and the threads are going to get the processor according to the requirement. For example, if I need to execute the part of the code written inside the thread 1, then this thread is going to get the processor, and whatever the code written inside the thread 1 will be executed. After the completion of this one, if I want to execute the part of the code written inside the thread 3, then this part of the code will be executed. So that is the benefit of multi-threading. That means simultaneously the different blocks of the program are getting equal chance to execute its part, and we are going to use the concept of multi-threading when we design any game software, or when we design any graphical software, or in any type of painting, or in the 3D model. So in those we need to use the concept of multi-threading. Okay, and by default all the program has one thread, and that thread is main thread, and this is by default available to all the Java program. Okay, and if you want, you can create some other thread as according to your requirement. Okay, now let's move to okay, just 1 second, let me check how much time. Okay, fine. So this is the basic concept of multi-threading, and in the next video I'm going to talk more about the multi-threading concept. Okay, then if you have any doubt, then please do write on the comment section so that I can clarify your doubt. And if you feel that this video is useful to you people, then please do like it, please do subscribe it, and please do share with your friends. And okay, in the next video I will come with some other concept related to the multi-threading. Okay, then all of you have a nice day and take care of your health. Bye bye.